Did you listen to a lot of gospel music growing up?
So here's the thing. When I was young and I didn't know what it was, I didn't understand the value of it. I was raised in it. I didn't pay attention to all the songs. And but the answer is yes, I was. And I remember, like, I'm not sure if my mom or somebody in my family wanted me to join the choir. And I ain't like that. I didn't like all that attention on me. I wasn't into that. But then, of course, you know, a Michael Jackson record come up, you hop right up, and then, like, you want all the attention, and you just try to kill it. But I just remember, like, the fire that you would see in church. And but because I was around it, I just thought everyone had experienced that. I thought it's just, everyone's seen that before. Everyone's seen people catch the Spirit. Everybody's seen, you know, when, like, the Spirit runs through the church.
Because it's so close to our culture.
Yeah.
Yes, so you think that everybody.
You think that everyone has done that. And then you go to, then, you know, you're young, and then, you know, we move to a different area. You know, my friends, you go to their church and they're like, and you're like, whoa. So do y'all know that, like, there's a spirit that runs around in here when you play the right music, or when the pastor is saying the right words? Like, you do know that, like, that's just, there's a stimulation there. And so as I got older, I realized that not all churches were like Pentecostal churches or like Baptist churches, and the black ones, by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't know. So then I started to have a little bit more of a value of it, because then, like, you would go to, like, some of the other churches, and they weren't, the chord changes were like A, C, and G, A, C, and G, like pop music. But not really, like, it just didn't move. So I appreciate my formative years in church more now than I did back then.
Wow.
So I didn't. If I would have known what I know now, like the same way I feel about science, by the way, it's the same way I feel about religion. If somebody would have introduced it to me in a really interesting way, to get me to understand the value of, like, E equals MC squared, and what that really means, and what, like, relativity and special relativity really means, man, I probably would have been so into it. But they just couldn't keep my attention with it. And church was it was the same way, except it was very different. Like, I had parents that were like, you know, if you got caught like chewing gum, like, you paid the penalty for that. Or if you were talking, there were, like, some serious consequences for that. So the respect was instilled in me, but the appreciation is something that I've grown to appreciate retrospectively, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense. I've never experienced it. I've always wanted to. I grew up Jewish, going to temple.
Yeah.
But it was more of a routine as opposed to something we did, you know, where we were less conservative about it. And it seemed like they used to call I went to a Jewish day school, and they called it the shul with the pool.
Oh my.
Hilarious.
Oh my.
So yeah, I'm not sure everybody was there for the right reasons, but to experience the music and the spirit of it seems like it would be intense and a unique experience to enjoy.
Very powerful, you know, because, you know, the majority of the pop singers that you hear, or the majority of their musicians, come from that black church experience, you know, whether it's Justin Timberlake, you know, growing up in a church in Memphis, or, you know, Mariah singing in the choir, or you have someone like Brandy singing in the choir.
Brandy.
You know, you have, Kelly Price singing in the choir. So, you know, you have all of these incredible musicians and singers whose woodshed opportunity was the black church. And it was just a musical just pull to be able to grow and to experiment. Because what was dope about the church is there's no cover charge, so you can get in. Well, some churches have. But what was cool about a lot of those churches, and Pharrell may remember this as a young dude, but you could go and jam and you didn't have to leave. Like, if you were talented and gifted, they'd let you chill when church was over, and you could jam. You remember that?
Absolutely.
2 and 3, 4 hours.
Yeah.
When church is over, so you're gonna be cold. You know what I mean? I mean, you're gonna be ice cold if you got this free platform with drums and organ and piano and the choir and the mic, and if you're good, they'll let you stay. Some people stick around in the audience, and it'll be really dope, man. So it became a very strong type of woodshedding culture.
What kind of music did you grow up listening to? Because I know it wasn't all gospel.
The majority of it wasn't gospel, because there wasn't any gospel radio at that time. So we really didn't have anything to really try to pull from. So we were listening to.
Yeah, so dirty. They kept gospel on the AM channels.
Yeah, it was horrible.
So dirty.
It was, it was horrible, man. So I was raised up listening to some old Aretha, Nat King Cole, because I was adopted, and I was adopted by a 64-year-old woman who adopted me when I was 4. So she played a lot of old music in the house. She played Dinah Washington, and she played Mahalia Jackson, and she played Bing Crosby. So I was raised around a lot of that music. And then in the 70s, I was into the Commodores. I was into Benny and the Jets. I was into Christopher Cross, Sailing, the whole record, and then I was into hip hop, of course, when it came on the scene. So I wasn't into Christian music until I myself became a born again Christian at the age of 15. So for the first
before
15,
making Christian music, did you ever make R&B? Like, I could see you trying to make maybe some.
Well, what I would do is I would take old joints and make them gospel.
Right.
Like, I took the Elton John song when I was a kid, and I flipped it. I said, he's coming back. I know he's coming back. I said that Jesus is coming back. He said that he is coming back. Dun, 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 dun. So, I was flipping.
He's coming back.
Yeah,
he's coming back.
Yeah, you can hear it, right?
Back.
Yeah, you can hear it. You can hear it. Yeah, so I was.
Jesus coming back.
Yeah.
Ooh, I never heard that.
It's spinning. It's spinning. You see the wheel spinning.
That's
the wheels
hard.
are spinning. Yeah.
That's hard.
This is the thing that I also believe is like your reinterpretation of it and sort of bringing it more current is kind of what you were just saying about what Chance and Kanye and those artists are doing today. That could be like a curation point of taking those moments and sort of reinterpreting them so kids can feel like they identify with it a little bit more.
Could be. Yeah, and we're not saying that is the full door, but it could be a step. It could be a step to a Ty Tribbett, or it could be a step to a Lecrae, or it could be a step to a Kirk, but there are people out there that are really doing good things that I want people to know, that are pure, that are not about the whoop whoop, that are really, trying to be 100 about what they believe.
Because you're going to see with the music, shout to Aqua, you guys are going to have a lot of fun, man. It's like there's so much good music. Yeah. The chords. The only other place that I feel like you get such a beautiful, vivid range of chords is jazz. And even then, a lot of it is, there's a lot of dissonance in it. So it's like...
It's not as melodic.
Yeah. Where the gospel just sort of takes, as if they just are taking all the most sweetest moments and threading them together. And it's like the music is damn near medicinal.
Mm-hmm.
I did say damn near. I'm sorry for all the Christians that are
Well, it
listening.
is,
I'm
though.
sorry.
But it is.
And I'm letting y'all know
But
right
it is,
now,
though.
I'm not perfect. There's
Yo,
certain
man.
records, there's certain
Yo,
records that I
yo,
do
man,
that
stop
you're gonna
the
look at me
disclaimers.
crazy
Yo,
or whatever.
Yo, stop the disclaimers, man.
Okay.
You know, because I think that is one way to tear down the walls.
Right.
Yeah. So you know,
Yeah.
and you got to be able to communicate what you're trying to say to people. They would never listen to gospel people. I mean, you are here to be able to speak to people that will never walk through the doors of a church.
Right.
You know, and that's very important.
Okay.
You did.
Okay, got it.